Now, after my last two videos, one question flooded my inbox more than any other. Okay, doctor, should I just get my DNA tested? And which test? There are so many. Now, that's a good question because right now testing is everywhere. Spit in a tube kits, gene reports, and all over social media, people posting their biological age. They even say, I am 45 but my body is 52. So today, no hype. I'm going to tell you three things. Which genetic test can genuinely change your life? Which ones are a waste of money? And the honest truth about those biological age tests everyone is posting. Including one warning that could protect your family's most private data. So let's get going. So a quick note so that this all makes sense. In my first video, I told you about your genes, that they are not your destiny, and the layer on top, that your epigenetics, changes with how you live. In the biomarker video, I gave you the 5 blood numbers to track. Today is the next step, the tests themselves. The ones you can buy or ask your doctor to read your genes and even for your aging. But I have to be honest with you upfront. This is a huge booming industry. Billions of dollars, and when there is a big money and big fear, there's a big hype. So my job today is simple. Help you spend your money and your trust only where it pays you back. Let me start with a story that should change how you think about all of this. You probably know the company that made spitting in a tube famous. At its peak, it helped the DNA of around 15 million people. Unfortunately, in 2025, that company went bankrupt, and this huge DNA database was sold through the courts. Several US states told residents to delete their data, and around 2 million people did it. And here is the part that matters. When a company like that fails, your DNA data is an asset. It can be sold to any new owner of that company. Now, this is not a horror story, it's just at how it works. So this gives us the first rule of testing. Before you give any company your DNA, ask one question: who owns this and can they sell it? Use companies that let you delete your data and say no to research, because your genome is the one passport you can never change. So protect it like one. Now, the most useful part of today: how do you judge any test without being a scientist? You ask 3 simple questions, and you can memorize these. They will save you thousands of dollars. Question number 1: is it accurate? In science, we ask, if you tested the same sample twice, would you get the same answer? You would be shocked to know how many trendy tests fail this. Some cheek swab, age test give answers years apart from the very same person. So if the test is not repeatable, the number is just some noise. Question number 2: does it actually link to a disease? A test can be perfectly accurate at measuring something, and that something may not matter for your health. Accurate is not the same as meaningful. So ask, is there strong evidence that this test will really connect to a real outcome? Now, question number 3, and that's the big one: will it change what I do? This is called actionability. If the results come back, is there a clear action that improves your health? If high and low both had the same advice, like eat well, sleep, move, then the test was interesting, but it did not earn its prize. And 2 other bonus questions for our world today: was it studied in people like you? Now, many tests were built around almost entirely a European data and are far less accurate for South Asian, Arab, or African backgrounds. Well, there are newer tests coming out, but for now, that's the data. And now that matters a lot over here. And finally, is the company selling your cure too? So if the company is also selling a cure based on their results, like scoring your aging, then it's something to be careful about. So let us use those questions and see which kind of test is good. First, the genetic tests that pass all of them, the ones that can genuinely save a life. These are mostly tests for a single powerful gene where the results clearly changes your care. Number 1 could be the inherited cancer genes. The best known are the BRCA genes linked to breast and ovarian cancers. And also then there's another gene which is linked to a condition called Lynch syndrome. These are linked to bowel cancers. So if these gene runs strongly in your family, several relatives or relatives having cancer at a young age, then a test can find out if you carry that risk. And it changes everything you do next. Earlier screening, more often screening, and real options to lower the risk. Now that is actionable. 2, they test which can test familial high cholesterol levels. Some families carry a gene that keeps cholesterol dangerously high from birth. It can cause heart attacks early. If found, it is early treatable, and finding it early protects the whole family. Now, for those single gene conditions, the evidence is strong and the action is clear. Third types is like if you're planning a family, their carrier screening checks whether you and your partner both quietly carry the same hidden gene that could affect a child. Simple and genuinely useful before a pregnancy. And one more, and that is situational, or it can be the pharmacogenomic testing. Now, the pharmacogenomic testing shows that how your body handles certain medicines. For some specific drugs, it can help your doctor pick the right one or the right dose. Notice the patterns. Every one of these passes the third question. The result changes what you do, and notice how to get them. Not from a random website, but with a genetic counselor or your doctor. A trained human who helps you understand what the result really means. So if your family history is loud, that is the door to walk through. Now the test you will hear about more and more, it is called the Polygenic Risk Score. Big name, simple idea. The single gene test I just described are rare and powerful, but the more common disease like heart disease, diabetes, many cancers are not one gene. There are thousands of the genetic nudges, each almost nothing on its own. A polygenic risk score adds up all those nudges into one risk number. In 2025 and 2026, heart specialists in Europe cautiously began adding these scores on top of the usual risk tools. And studies showed they can improve predictions for heart disease and some cancers by catching high-risk people the old tools could not do. So is it worth it? My honest answer, promising, but an extra care should be taken. It's not a must to do these tests. Two big cautions. First, the ancestry problem. Most of these scores were built on European population, so they can be less accurate for the rest of us. For our region, that is a real limitation. Second, for now, it mostly tells you to do what we should be doing anyway, to control the number, like that's live well, eat well, exercise. So if you get one, use it with a doctor as a one piece of the picture, not a verdict carved in stone. Be careful. Now, a quick honest word on the popular kits. The ancestry test that tells you where your great-grandparents came from. Wonderful, fun, meaningful. Just remember that it is genealogy and not medicine. And then the wellness gene reports. Your athletic gene, your coffee gene, enjoy them as an entertainment, but they fail most of the three questions almost every time. They will not change a single good decision you should already be making. Have fun, just don't build your health or your fears on them. The same goes for most of the telomere length test. Interesting but noisy and rarely actionable. Now the big one, the test all over your feed, the epigenetic biological age test. Here is the honest, the both side truth. Remember, from video 1, your epigenetics is the layer of switches on top of your DNA, and it changes as you live. Scientists found that they could read those switches and estimate your biological age, how old your body seems versus the candles on your cake. The newest version even estimate your pace of aging, how fast you are aging right now. But here is what the marketing won't tell you. 1. This is a research tool, not a diagnostic. It does not tell you what is wrong or what to do. 2. Quality varies widely. A cheap cheek swab version can give a very different number from the same spit. 3. The reverse your age 10 years in 8 weeks claims are running far ahead of the proof. And 4. Many of these companies also sell the supplements to fix the number. They just tell you that you got to take this and that. Even medical ethics groups have warned those tests. So how should you use it? You can use it like fun, motivating, experimental, and if you do, choose blood, not a cheek swab. Choose the newest, well-studied clocks. Take a baseline, change your habits, retest in a year, and watch the trend. Not a single number. Never panic over it. It is a speedometer, not a diagnosis. So what should you do? Simply, if a serious disease runs strongly in your family, especially cancer or early heart disease, do not buy a website kit. Ask your doctor for a referral to a genetic counselor. If you're planning a family, ask about carrier screening. Just curious or you love optimizing your health? An epigenetic age test can be a fun experiment. Blood-based, eyes open, track it over time. And whatever you choose, protect your data like it is your bank password. 3 honest points before we finish. 1. A genetic result is not a diagnosis and it is not your destiny. A risk is a probability and not a sentence. Interpret these results with a professional, ideally a genetic counselor, and never make a big decision based on a home test alone. 2. Protect your data. Assume anything you upload today could one day be owned by someone else. Choose the deletion and the no research option. Your DNA is the one passport you can never change. 3. Do not start or stop any medicines or treatment because of a test result without your doctor's advice. So let us bring the series together. Video 1, your genes are not your destiny. The biomarker video, the numbers to watch. Today, the test. And the one rule that ties it all together, a test is only worth if it changes what you do. Everything else is just expensive curiosity. The most powerful test in the world is useless if you do not take any action on it. And the simple habits, the ones I keep coming back to, work whether you test is fancy or free. If this has saved your money or protected your family's data, share it with someone. And please do subscribe, because next I will show you the simple daily steps that move your biology the most. No kit required, and see you there.